Good morning, everybody at Parents for Change. How are we doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I want to welcome all our new members. This is a private and closed group. I don't want too many shenanigans, and I personally will not put up with attitude, honestly. With that being said, we have still not heard from Stephen Fisher where the money went for the technology fees. So, if you're a parent in Cleveland County paying a $20 technology fee, I wouldn't pay it this school year. If a superintendent cannot answer to where the money is going and what it is paying for, then why should we pay it as parents? 2, they are charging triple and double what the price is for broken parts. And if any other entity, such as gas, such as anywhere we would go, if you knew that this was a set price or something, and you went somewhere and they charged double to triple what the cost was, you wouldn't allow it. And mind you, kids, and mind you, parents, this is a public school system, not a private, not any of that. Most of these kids that are in public schools qualify for Medicaid and food stamps. That means the parents are at the bottom of the barrel money-wise. So, and when you go apply for Medicaid, food stamps, any of that, they don't ask you what you got to pay to the school system that month. That's not part of your expenses, and that's not even calculated in the expenses for food stamps, Medicaid, or any of that. That's not calculated in. So with it being public school system, I don't think that they should charge. We pay taxes. These computers are federally funded. And I'm sorry, bring back textbooks. Bring back textbooks. We still in Upper Cleveland County don't have internet everywhere. So we still have kids that don't have access to being able to study when they're at home. You know, I totally disagree with the sole way that children can learn is on a computer that we have to pay for. I mean, yes, we could buy a laptop ourselves, but it's a public school system. They receive federal funds for these computers, folks. Wake up. Wake up. Like, it's nickel and dime, nickel and dime, nickel and dime. And let me remind you, Stephen Fisher, it's not like our superintendent makes $114,000 a year. No, he makes $209,000 a year. So, no, sir. And he is the top paid superintendent around. And I don't know why. Because he is nothing but a bald-faced liar. And half the people who are on the board, too, are liars. Because I'm really upset. We have a sitting board member that is a partner at a bar. At a pub. I know I'm going to get backlash for that, but I really don't care. A sitting school board member should not have any doings with a bar or a pub. Doesn't set a good standard for our children. Now, if you were on any other board, I wouldn't give a rat's hind end. But you're on a school board, partners in a pub and a bar selling liquor and beer. Telling our children it's okay to drink, all the while we tell them not to at school. That addiction is bad. Well, how do we have a sitting board member saying addiction is okay and drinking beer and alcohol and getting in a car is okay to do? I don't find that it is. And I'm a recovering addict of 6 years with an alcoholic father that died due to his addiction. So you being a sitting school board member, being part owner You admitted it in text. Got the screenshot. That you are part owner. How is this a good look? And I thought you were broke. That's what you claimed to be, that you didn't have no money, that you ran on nothing, didn't have no money, nothing. So who's funding this mess? And you don't even have a car in your name. The board member I'm talking of. I'm sorry, folks, but you know, if these school board members and people were totally about our children, then transparency wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't be an issue at all. But it's an issue because money's going where it's not supposed to go. Period. End of discussion. Because if it was simple, cut and dry, there would be, this is where it goes, click and paste, here you go. And that's not what's happening, folks. And if you cannot see that, you are blind. Because I have been making these videos for 2 months about a man that we have that is superintendent, paid $209,000 a year, that lied about answering an email worth over $300,000 has won. And that's just in $20 technology fees alone. That's not including the $200 that they're charging people for these computers. That's not including the $20 they're charging for $5 chargers. Wake up, folks. Wake up. We, the taxpayer, we are taxed. We are divvied on everything we do. Every dollar we make is taxed. Every dollar we spend is taxed. Why are we being robbed, and why do we allow the school system to rob us again? Because I guarantee you, when the school system wants something out of you, you don't have, if the school system asked me for a document or asked me for verification, if I said you and didn't do it and blew them off for 2 months, do you think that that would be okay? No. For Pete's sake, if your children doesn't have a vaccination, they are made to stay home. So if you don't do what the school recommends and has for you to do, then you're in trouble as the parent and the child. But if they don't do what we ask them to do, it is what it is. This is corporate politics. No, it's not. It's our money being put into your pocket and being spent, and you can't answer to where it's being spent at. But y'all claim to care about our children. No, all you care about is your fucking $400 bottle of wine and sitting in your glass house throwing stones. That's all y'all are worried about. And I'll say it, I frankly don't care. But it's a shame. It's a crying shame. It's a crying shame. And all I've heard is, we outnumbered. We're outnumbered. It doesn't matter what we do. Well, if you would have stood your ground on the Aberley issue, you could have owned Cleveland County, sir. And sirs. But you didn't. You coward. You coward. Because if they would have fired you over the Aberley issue when children committed several felonies, you would have had a civil lawsuit that would have owned Cleveland County. But you cowered because you got offered something in exchange. Do the math, folks. Do the math. The person that stood up against the whole Aberley issue claims that they were broke as a joke on Sunday and they run their campaign, didn't have no money. But now they're part owners in a bar. How? You win the lottery or something, sir? I mean, I'm just pissed. Like, and they think this is all a game, that they don't have to answer, and they don't have to have transparency, and they don't have to, they're just like, whatever. And they want to come on here and make smart comments online as to, well, why don't you just buy it on Amazon? No, why would you allow it to be for a school to charge $20 for a part that's $5? How dare you to take advantage of our families in a community that is struggling? Our communities are struggling to pay rent, power, water. All the while, y'all are saying, with no lube. We had kids that couldn't even walk because they couldn't pay their fees. I'm sorry, as a mom, these kids work 18, 19 years to earn that diploma. There shouldn't be a thing that keeps them from walking. Not one, especially money. Children do not pick their circumstances. They don't pick how much money is in their household. They pick none of that. But all the while, our school systems, who claim to be for our children, are totally against our children because it's all about money. All the field trips, the good field trips, are all about money. And I'm over it. I'm over the lies. I'm over it all. And no, I'm not going to go sit in no frickin' school board meeting because I'll lose my temper and I'll call each and every one of them out. Because they ain't nothing but all bald-faced liars and cowards. Every one of them. Because they don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to know where the money's going. They don't. If they did, the email would have been answered months ago. Answered months ago. But guys and gals that follow my page, I greatly appreciate y'all very, very much. And know that the more parents, the more people, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whomever, that we have to join this page, we got to stand up together and say enough is enough. We outnumber the school board as a community 20-1. If all of us got fed up and said, you know what, this isn't happening, we would stop it. Because we outnumber a sitting school board by 20-1. They're not the end-all be-all. They think they are, but they're not. They're grown men with egos. And they think, it's just asinine to me, folks. It's asinine. But anyway, I hope all of y'all are having an amazing summer. I just really wanted to do this video again. I'm trying to, gain traction, man, and to let people know that these school boards are wasting and blowing money. And blowing taxpayer money. And it's unaccounted for. And I will get to the bottom of it. I will get to the bottom of it sooner rather than later. And I tell you, folks, if we come together, let's come together. Let's band together. We outnumber the school board 20-1. If we show up, now I will go to a school board meeting if we show up and we show up in the mass and demand answers. Let's do it. Let's band together and say, you know what? You're not getting $300,000 out of our pocket till we know where it's going. You're not getting $20 for a $5 charger. You're not getting $200 for a $45 computer. The education should be free to our children. They get tax dollars. And let me say this one more time for the people that weren't listening. One more again. When you go apply for Medicaid food stamps, is there a section that says how much money you're going to spend this year or this month on schooling and supplies? No, there's not. So, with that being said, most of the children, if I would say at least 50% of the children that go to Cleveland County schools have some form of food stamps, Medicaid, Section 8, etc. So that means that their family qualifies at the bottom of the barrel money-wise. So how can the school system charge for an education? How can they charge $20 for that computer? How can they charge for anything, period? Just a fun fact for y'all to sit on if you followed this far in the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I love y'all all so much. And remember, no matter what, you matter. Peace out.